Carol, this is for you. And this is hopefully Friday Sews. Maybe not on a Friday. Hello, I'm Mary, and this is Love My Crafts. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. I kind of got scolded because I haven't been on in a while. You know, life is just lifing too much. And you get out of the habit, and then you just kind of, this place is a mess. I have lots to talk about, I guess. I may have a few things here to show you, and I don't have my glasses on, but I do have a kind of a list somewhere. Last time I was here, I think it was maybe January, maybe December. It was right after Christmas. It's been 6 months. Okay. I know. I've been back. So I go up and down like a roller coaster. I feel like sewing. I sew a bunch of things, and then I don't feel like sewing, or the room's too messy and I don't want to come in here, or we are also in the process of looking for a house, like a multi-family for me and my sister and each of our families to live in. And there was one that if we did get it, which we didn't, we would be moving in July. So I was like, got into this whole let's pack everything, because I'm not sewing anything anyway, and a lot of my fabrics were winter. So everything's kind of, there's some buckets. I cleaned some shelves, but then I put stuff back on them. I have an empty shelf over there, sort of. And I was cataloging my fabrics in the Stash Hub app, and then I kind of don't finish. Plus, with life and with stress comes lots of things. So let's see, I don't know about January and February, but in March, I believe it was March, I got shingles. Just one little spot in the, under there. And luckily it didn't spread around, like, because I know it can spread all the way around. But I had the shingles vaccination, so I guess it wasn't as bad as it could be. And I just so happened to have back-to-back appointments. I had my yearly dermatologist, and the next day I had my 6-month follow-up with the doctor. The day at the yearly dermatologist, she looked over everything. She didn't see anything. And then that night I saw something, and I thought, oh, I got bit by something. What is this? But it was really itchy and weird. And so the next day I showed the doctor. I know, sorry, TMI. And I wasn't even there for that. And I said, I have to show you something. And she looked at it and she said, that's shingles. And I'm like, but I had my shingles shot. She said, you can still get it. So they put me on the antiviral right away. And it was just that one thing, and I just had to keep an eye on it because it was in a spot that rubbed, and I didn't want it to spread or anything. Of course, I had chickenpox when I was younger, but I ended up, you're supposed to be away from people for like 3 days just in case you're around somebody who hasn't had chickenpox. I only ended up with 1 day out of work. A lot of good that did. And then right from that, I went into this really bad cold, which I'm still fighting. It was like a chest cold. And combine that with my shoulder pain, I'm barely sewing. I was in physical therapy, I think all the way, maybe until Christmas. Yeah, right after Christmas, I think. And I still do physical therapy stuff every day, and my shoulder just hurts all the time. When you're sitting at a computer with a mouse and you get like into what you're doing at work, you don't pay attention to what your shoulder's doing. So I set a timer, and every 2 hours, which it may even go off now, I do stretches. And I got out of that, and I'm trying to get back into that again. But yeah, so I have, if you see these bags behind me, I have put things in those bags, and I'm ready to do the dice, but I just haven't sat down to film what's in the bags and my first roll. So, and then that will make me accountable. What I have been doing is lots of odds and ends. I guess I'll start with, Carole showed the birthday card I sent, and with the program I use, you can put a picture in there. So I, of course, have made maybe more than 16216, but I don't know. And I had it on yesterday because I was going to film yesterday. I didn't do that. So I will show it here. This was a double brush poly that I got on Etsy because that was the other problem. Couldn't find any fabrics at all. Oh, I have another top. I'll have to go get it. I don't even think I have a picture of me wearing it because I just finished it like a couple weeks ago. But anyway, it's really, the neckband, I did the same thing she does, and I still think it's a little too wide. And this is a very flimsy kind of fabric, so it kind of gets all loosey-goosey over here. Plus, I'm on a weight loss journey, so it's already a little too big for me. But I love it, and it's very comfortable. And of course, I put the sleeve bands on, if you can see. And I don't know if that one has a curved hem, but I probably took it out. And I had, was it this one? No, it wasn't this one. I've been having a terrible time. I keep my old sewing machine set up with my double needle. And depending on the fabric, oh, I have such a horrible time with doing the hems. So that was that. I have another top. It was the Rhapsody blouse with a nice red viscose, I think it was a rayon challis that I had gotten from Etsy also. And I will try to go get that, or I'll film it, or I'll take a picture of it and I'll pop it in here because I think I'm going to wear it tomorrow. So today is Friday, so this may not come out today. And then I had bought some, my daughter, life is going to be mixed in with sewing throughout this whole thing. I apologize. My daughter graduated from college. She got her bachelor's in, let's see if I can remember, criminal justice. With a minor, and she got a paralegal certificate. But I can't remember. Oh, I'm terrible. Don't tell her. She doesn't watch this, so don't tell her. But anyway, magna cum laude. So she graduated, and it was an online college mostly, but it is a real college. And she told me, and I said, well, I hope you're going to go to graduation, because I don't know if she had graduated from community college, and I don't know if she went to that one. I said, no, we're going to have graduation thing. So she's also getting married in September. So I threw a party for her. I went to graduation. The party was the next day, and I had nothing to wear. So I had gotten some cargo capris, and they say capris. I got these from Macy's online because I've tried to sew these and they never come out right. And they were cargo capris. Mind you, I'm 5'1". So they came about this far from the top of my foot. That's not capri in my eyes. So I cut off, I have the piece right here. I cut off this much, plus it had the little strap on the side with the buckle that makes them look crooked if you actually use that to make them shorter, and you got to roll them up. So I cut off that much. Let's see. I rolled up 1/4 inch, and then another like 1.5 inches, maybe 1 3/4 inches. And I got myself some white twill tape. And see, there it goes. I think that's one of them. Oh, that means I gotta go to work. Sorry. So I got it all rolled up. I think I even started stitching it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta put something for the twill tape to go through. So I had to do buttonholes, and I'll put it really close, but let me untie it. I just copied a pair that I already had, but had I looked at it first, I would have done the buttonholes. And now on this one, I remembered to put interfacing. And I also had a black pair, and I just did those the other day. I didn't put interfacing, so they're probably going to tear on me or something. But this way, they're a little bit shorter. I'll pop in a picture from graduation. They're a little bit shorter, and I can do this so they don't look like big baggy, what we call, I don't know if they call this, high waters. Like pants you're going to wear for a flood. Like they're just too short to look like pants, but they're too long to look like capris. And these are still a little long, but it worked. And they're very comfortable because they have this awesome elastic waist that also has a drawstring. But it's just, I had gotten actually a pair from Savers, and it was this brand, and I just went a size down, and they fit perfectly, and they were so comfortable. But it was indoors anyway, thank goodness. So that was those. I made those. Now my phone's just gonna ding. I'll grab this because it's right in front of me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is just a raincoat that I had gotten. I'll show you this side. I had gotten it from Walmart. I have one, and it's a medium large, and it's unisex, and my boyfriend loved it, so he wears it all the time. And then Walmart didn't have any more, so I had to get one on Poshmark. And when I got it, the one that I had Velcro straps to tighten the sleeves. This one had nothing, so it was just these big, huge sleeves because it's unisex, so it could be, you know, men have bigger wrists, and I mean, if you see my wrist, it's very tiny. So I just finished yesterday unpicking, sticking an elastic in there, testing it on my arm, and then unpicking again and fixing the elastic. So now I have elasticized wristbands. And then I thought, oh, they're exactly the same. I have to make mine a little more girly. So I'm working on this. I'm going to, obviously you can't iron a patch on because this is ripstop. So I'm working on putting this in, and I know I shouldn't pin it too much, but, and then I might put something like this on the sleeve, just to make it a little more crazy me. Speaking of rainbows, this is my shirt for today. This is I bought it on Amazon. It's a little snug, but it is June. It is Pride Month. Free mom hugs. I'll give you a virtual one. So that's that. There's other things too, but I have to go to work. I've made a couple of bowl covers because I've been making bread lately, and when you have to let it rise, I have a hard time with the saran wrap, and so these are like, they look like a shower cap, and I'll post pictures. I think I have some, and I put some naughty tags on them, and they just fit over the bowl. When you put it in the, I put it in the microwave as my proofing box without turning on the microwave when you let the dough rise. I've made those. I have made clothing wise, I haven't made too many things. I've fixed a few things, but I haven't made too many things. Oh, I did make, when it was cold, I made 2 Vera tops. It's, oh my gosh, what is that company? I don't even know. Terrible. I'll put a picture. I made one that I absolutely love, and it's in another fabric I got from Etsy. It's like a black and white tie-dye. It's a V-neck. It has like these balloon type sleeves, but with this big long wristband. Oh, I love it. And it's so comfortable. And then I made one with like a Swiss dot fabric, and I didn't like it at all. It's sitting right over there, still waiting to be hemmed. It's sitting on Patsy. She don't even like it. She's like, it's hot now. Can we have something better? What else did I do? I don't know. I'll probably put a bunch of pictures at the end because I did try to take a picture every time I made something. Or I wrote it in my calendar, which is right here. Let's see if I've made anything recently. I know I've got a lot of months to go through, but I made a bowl cover. I made the red Rhapsody blouse. Pants fix. That was those white pants that I showed you. Which, who doesn't love? Oh, I originally was going to wear, I have these white denim capris, and their size, so funny. They were, originally had this big cuff on them, and they were really too long, and they were too tight in the calf, but loose everywhere else. So I cut off the thing, and they still were tight right where I cut them off. So I put a little V, like on the side, like a slit. I haven't worn them yet, so I don't know if that worked. The weather has been crazy. It's freezing cold one day. Oh, I did some mending. My boyfriend has this pair of pants he loves. They're like a khaki material, or like a cotton. They're cargo pants, and they keep ripping. So I patched them to within an inch of their existence. So I made some underwear, but then I didn't like them. They didn't fit right. Oh, I made some knickers, Carole. I can't get them right. So I have Litz somewhere of what I've made, and I have my calendar, but I don't know exactly what I made. I have a purse over here. So I'll come back. I have to go to work. So I'll come back. Hopefully this afternoon when I get home. I don't know. I will come back and I will show you. And I'm sorry if my eyes are all over the place. I have to take off my glasses because you get the glare. So I can't see what I'm doing. And I will show you the blouse. And I made a bag. What else did I do? Oh, Kitty. She's not happy with me. She doesn't like this room anymore, Kitty. She likes to sit in my chair. And I have to put something so it doesn't get covered in hair. But she, when I'm sitting here, she goes over by the door like, I don't want to be here. So, yes, I will show you what I can show you. I'll come back with that. And tell you my plans, which mainly are, I want to do those things. There's some other fabrics in there from Etsy, and there's some things I started and didn't finish. I started working on the Vivace Dolman from Love Notions, but I could not get the neckband to sit right. It just, ugh, so frustrating. So it's waiting to be repaired. So I'll be back. This video may take 3 days to film, edit, and put up, but I'm coming back. Okay, I'm back. I think it's about 4 days later. I just didn't get around to it this weekend. So I'm wearing right now the Rhapsody blouse, Love Notions, and I made the V is normally bigger, and then it has ties, and I just wouldn't know what to do with the ties. So I first had nothing there, I think, but then I made the V smaller. So I'm still having trouble. My other one is the same way. I have to pull it forward and then I have to straighten it out. But I wore it out the other night and it didn't bother me too much. The only thing that bothers me is I thought, and I think I mentioned this the other day, I thought I had, because it had a really deep curved hem in the front, and I think when I did my Nancy Zeman method, I made it even more curvy, so it curves around the front. It's, I don't know. Anyway, so I folded it in half just like the pattern piece, and I tried to straighten it out, and it still has extra. You'll see it's all wrinkly when in the pictures, but it has too much of almost like an extra piece hanging down in the front. And this could be, I've noticed this with a lot of my even regular t-shirts, they're a lot longer on me now because there isn't as much up here pulling them up, or in here. Barely enough, like I can't even see it in my measurements. But a lot of my shirts have gotten longer, so this shirt is now perfect everywhere else except for right in the front. It's like it has a little extra scoop, extra something. So I actually did some tricks with it. That's probably why it looks wrinkled, or it's from sitting in it. I might try to do, you know, one of those fake ties where it kind of ties but flips under, so you just see the pull together of it, and see if that works. I want to look it up and see, because I have done that with the Elliot Mac Twisted Up tee, and I think it comes with it in the front, and I moved it to the side, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do something with this, or maybe just tie it myself and flip it under, because it's too long. So this is what I do in the back. Instead of the box pleat, I do gathering, just because I think on one of them I did the box pleat and it always felt a little bit too tight. This way it's gathered, so it has a little more give and flowiness. But of course it's a nice thin rayon, and I wasn't too warm I say, yeah, rayon. Anyway, so that is that, and I will put some, I did a little clip of me modeling it this morning with my black capri pants that I had fixed the bottom of. It's now bedtime, that's why I look so horrendous. And I just saw this, and I don't know if I showed anybody this. I would have to look up when I made it because I don't remember. I'll have to look up the picture and it'll tell me the date. So I had a Dollar Tree. Oh my goodness. The camera shake. Can you see the camera shaking? The train's going by. And it shakes the house. And it's shaking the table. And I have one of my little turtles that I crochet hanging from the thing that holds the phone if I want to take a picture or something. And the turtle's just shaking. Well, wait. I think it stopped shaking. Or it's not shaking as bad. I just looked and I made this on February 24th, the day after the blizzard. We had the great blizzard of 2026. I used, what is this called? A dish mat from Dollar Tree. And one of my rainbow zips. And I used rainbow, I'm terrible at this, rainbow thread for quilting and a nice tag that says Sweary Sewist. And I had gotten these recently on Amazon. And I put little, it doesn't match, but the orange, if you look at the butterflies, the orange matches the butterflies. This is just fabric I had laying around. And I did rainbow threads on the strapping, and I make it adjustable because, you know, so it can be crossbody, and they're both on the sides. And I don't know if I did a pocket. Oh, inside we have my label of my crafts, and oh yes, we have 1, 2, 3 pockets. I don't know if any of them will fit a phone. And it's the same color as this on the inside, the lining. And let's see, how did I make this? I used, I believe I followed for the most part a tutorial by She Sew Seams. And she uses a lot of Dollar Tree items, and it was, I had one hanging around and I said, oh, I don't need foam, which I have some foam too. And I made this bag and I haven't touched it. I hung it up because I was waiting to do a Friday Sews, February 24th, and I haven't used it. I haven't done anything with it. So, hasn't even been out in the world. So that was that. That was a little extra, the blouse. And last night I sewed a little rainbow patch onto my new raincoat. If I think of it, I'll take a picture. Just so I know that it's my raincoat. And of course, you can't have a rainbow without rain. So if I have to wear the rain jacket, that means there might be a rainbow. I did put together some pictures of things that I've made, and maybe a graduation picture. And I'll put it at the end. It's like a little slideshow. Just if there's anything that I missed. So, okay. That was sewing mixed with life. And for any more life, it's just been crazy. I have been not even crocheting. I don't know. When you get sick on top of sick, then you just feel like you have to start all over again. And when I do think to film, either my son's in the next room playing his video game yelling, or it's morning and I'm running late for work because I've been taking my sweet time when I get ready in the morning. So I just couldn't, and I didn't feel like I was being productive enough. So you think about it, I have made something, at least one thing a week, if not two. And I have a lot of fun making odds and ends, like when I needed bowl covers, instead of fighting with saran wrap, I made bowl covers. And I made little, they're supposed to be jar covers, but to put in the, when you make bread, you have to let the yeast bloom, and I do it in my glass measuring cup. And I made some that fit over that in case I'm using that. So I've done little things here and there, but I've just lost my inspiration. And I know I could make some things and try to put them on my Etsy store to sell, but when you have to make multiple things, it gets old fast. That's why I haven't crocheted in a while. So that's everything. And plans, my plans are to do that. I may even, maybe tomorrow morning, I'll finish this tonight so I can put it together and get it up there. And then I will film, if I'm ready early enough tomorrow morning, showing you what's in the bags and doing my first roll so we can do the Fabric Wheel of Fate series. But I don't have a wheel, so we'll do my Dice of Fate. Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you? So this may even happen while I'm on here. If I don't touch it, it's fine. But my iron plugs, I have a power strip on the side of my table. And it has, all that plugs into it is this light, my iron, and one of the sewing machines. Maybe the Serger, and there's a lamp. So it could be that. Because my scan and cut, my brother's scan and cut, I think plugs into the wall by itself. So that's all that's on here, really. And the Serger is already off. And I only turn it on when I'm going to use it. The only thing that comes on, actually is already turned on when I turn on the power strip, is the iron and the sewing machine. The light is off, everything's off. That's plugged into it. Well, if I turn it on and the iron's already on, as soon as it starts to warm up, the room goes black. Pops the circuit, if that's what you call it. Trips the circuit, I don't know. In the old days, we blew a fuse, and I still say that. Anybody else do that? Oh no, I blew a fuse. It's not a fuse. I don't have to go get a fuse and twist it in. I just have to flick the switch, but it's downstairs. So I looked it up and I said, why is it that every time I turn, because then yesterday I turned on my iron, I turned up the steam, the room went black. So what's Google for? So I looked it up and I said, why is it that every time I turn on my iron that's plugged into a power strip, the circuit trips? And it said that the steam could get into, I read it quick, it could get into something, some type of parts. And I don't know if it's the wetness mixing with the electrical or something, so it trips. In other words, I need a new iron. I do have an Aliso iron. Did I show you that? I think I got it after Christmas and I haven't filmed since before Christmas. Hold. Everything's all hooked. So look at this baby. I had gotten a mini iron, just like my other one. You know, the regular travel irons, the little mini one. And it came with its own box, and it came, well, like a zipper case with a handle. And it was really cute. I got it for Christmas, and the steam never came on. There was no steam. So I returned it, and I got myself this on eBay. So it stores like this. It clicks into the silicone thing, and when you're using it, you rest it on this side of it. So it's very dusty. I use it when I'm doing small things, or if I'm what do you call it, piecing fabric together for quilting stuff, you know, to do your seams. I love it. It's great. It's fabulous. I want the big one, but I'm not spending that money, so I'm just gonna get another one of those junkers. I think it's what is this? Mind you, I don't have my glass. I don't even want to touch this thing. I don't want to make it go off. Oh, it doesn't say what it is on this. I didn't just show you how dirty. Oh, I don't want to show you how dirty it is. It's this one. The reason I got this is because you know when the steam is on and when the steam is off because it has a dial. See? Anyway. So, I have this. And I really should just unplug that and use this until I get a bigger one. Because that's obviously a safety issue. And the reason I had to turn around and get this out of a bag is because my daughter is making gifts for the people in her wedding party, and she wanted me to cut out vinyl letters for them. We were gonna do the name and the date, but we would have to make it really, really tiny, and I could have done the date on the other side, which I still could make the date for her and she could iron it on. So I finally had the words all cut out, and I went over to her house and brought my irons and pressing mat and everything, and we just worked on that the other day. So this is mine. I don't know if it shows up. It says Mama C. I had one, this side says Mama, but it got a little melty and it was too big. So then I shortened the letters, made them tinier, and I forgot that the C was still on there. I didn't want the C, but I'm Mama C. Or just Mama. Some of them, Mary Ann. My daughter calls me all kinds of things. So that's in a bag because I still have to put that away. But I got this for Christmas. I got lots of things for Christmas. Some sewing related. Oh, and you know what I got the other day? I got 5 of these babies on Amazon. Because the one I have is so old I can't rip seams with it. I have a new one, and I brought it downstairs to do something, and I don't know where it is. So I got 5 more of these. Nice, sharp. Can you see it? Seam ripper. And it fits in my little thing. The little thing I have that I stick things in. I don't know if it'll move over. So this thing. It's for makeup brushes. Yeah, it even says it. Or something. I don't know. But it's for makeup brushes. It sits in between my sewing machine and my serger. And we won't do what's on my table because my table's a mess. So, I digress. I had a question. That was about the iron. Has that ever happened to you? And tell me what you've been working on, because without videos I don't have comments, so I don't get to catch up on people that comment. And I've been really bad about watching Friday Sews even. I catch Carole's because she's in a different time zone. They come up really early in the morning, so while I'm getting ready, I'll watch her. And I try to catch some more, and I can't keep up because I don't know if I'm in a different office too, so you know, I have been all year, so it's not anything new, but it's more open. So if I'm sitting there watching a sewing YouTube thing while I am working, but I do it to have something on, people are gonna look at me strange or come in and I have to shut it off. I have to, you know. So I just I haven't made the time. Sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize anybody would miss me. So I guess that's it for now. And I promise I'll be back. I'm going to film that tomorrow or the next day. I can't wait to dig into it because I'm kind of in between projects right now and I need something to do. And I need it to already be waiting for me. What I really need to do is clean. But I'll film this and edit it instead. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.